So, we've all seen pallet planters, right? And how cool they look. We've seen all the pictures on Instagram and on Pinterest. In this video, we're gonna build our own pallet herb garden. But not just any pallet herb garden. That pallet is gonna be our winter flavour factory. So, join me as I take you through the process of us building it, stocking it with our herbs, and putting it in place ready for the colder months. Bit of a disclaimer at this point in the video. I'm really not an expert when it comes to power tools, DIY, or anything practical. But I am enthusiastic and I'm going to enjoy sharing this project with you. If you guys know more than me, which I think most of you will when it comes to DIY and using these power tools, please just leave a comment, but in the comment section below, about how I could do this better. Now you can see the slats that are going to make up the layers of our pallet herb garden, but I think that these are just a little bit too shallow and we want really good drainage for the herb plants that are going to go in here. So I'm going to make these a little bit deeper. Who else knew that that bit on the saw gives you a right angle? I didn't. So, bit of an update. I have added the paint. I managed to get paint absolutely everywhere. And I've also added an additional batten for a little bit of support. I'll just show you now. You can see just under there, I've added an additional 120 centimetre batten. And that's just going to support the planting bag that I'm going to put in there now. It's going quite well, but we're going to get to the exciting part in a minute, guys, because we're actually going to start putting plants in there. You can see here that I've just lined each of the planting areas using a bit of leftover anti-weed membrane, and that's just going to hold the planting medium in there. I'm just filling each of the little planting bays that I've created with a good multi-purpose compost, but I've actually added some additional grit to this planting mix just to really help it drain away. Now we're going to fill this winter pallet pantry with some of my favourite varieties, that flavours that are going to keep us going throughout the colder months. And on the top level, I simply had to plant this wonderful lemon curd thyme. Now for those of you who haven't met lemon curd thyme before, lemon curd thyme is a variety of lemon thyme but more low growing, and that's really cool because it's going to provide a little bit of foliage on the top level of the pallet pantry. Lemon curd thyme you can use with desserts. It also makes a really nice herbal tea too. We discovered that last year. And this is going to grow away during the colder months, and it's going to provide us with a lovely foliage but also beautiful aroma and of course flavour for those herbal teas on cold winter mornings. Next to the lemon curd thyme, I'm going to plant another variety of lemon thyme, and this is the beautiful variegated lemon thyme. Just look at the colours in that foliage, and I simply had to plant 3 of these beautiful plants in our winter pallet pantry, because these flavours are going to really cheer us up in a few weeks time when the weather starts getting really cold. I think the variegated lemon thyme actually adds some beautiful variety of foliage as well. The beautiful golden variegation in the leaf just seems to stand out more and more as we go into the colder months of the year. On the middle level of the planter, I simply had to plant this beautiful curry plant. It's not culinary, but I absolutely love the silver foliage that just gets better and better as you go into the colder months of the year. It looks really stunning in the low level sunlight that autumn brings with it, and I really like the aroma too. On the middle level of the planter, I had to include one of my all-time favourite winter herbs, and that is the appropriately named winter savory. The foliage has got a beautiful peppery flavour, and it's just perfect for soups and stews and generally cold weather cooking. It grows really well during the winter, so long as it's in nice free draining conditions. And just the aroma reminds me of the most delicious slow cooker meals that we've had. At the bottom of our pallet pantry, I had to add one of my favourite flavours for the autumnal season, and that is sage, but this particular variety of sage, the golden sage, it just looks absolutely gorgeous as you go into the colder weather. Honestly, that smells so good. On the bottom level of the planter, we had to include one of my favourite rosemary, but this is not just any kind of rosemary. This is a variety called BBQ Rosemary, which has got a really lovely smoky kick that, when coupled with the rosemary, works devastatingly well in the kitchen. Just the smell makes me feel hungry instantly. And there we have it, guys. Just like that, our winter pallet pantry is stocked with beautiful living flavour that's going to see us through the colder months of the year, providing us with that well-being boost that we're so passionate about. Delicious flavours, aromas. We can't wait to get cooking with these ingredients through the colder months. Really hope that you've enjoyed watching the build of this winter pallet pantry. If you've got any suggestions of how I could have done things better, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm really not an expert when it comes to DIY, but that's why I wanted to do this video, to show to you guys that if I can do this, anyone can, seriously. I think that looks really, really good now. My name's Andy from Urban Herbs, and if you've enjoyed watching this video, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, it really does help us out. Thank you so much for your time watching this video. We never ever take that time for granted, and it's been lovely having you with us. Let us know what you think of the video, guys. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.